Soul Garden.
Hello, my Sagittarians, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. And I'm also the host of this cool club that is a host of remarkable souls living their brightest. Is that you? Are you living your brightest? Are you remarkable? Then you should come on down to our garden, plant yourself a little profile there. We'll call you a sprout and start partaking and hanging out with people in the light. That's what we like to do. And at the bottom here are some stories being written by one of our archers, David Hauser, and other Sagittarius and Soul Garden writers. So thanks to you all for writing. Also, good news, the Act 4 videos will be available for immediate download this week, not necessarily on Sunday when the horoscopes come out. Can't do everything at once, but they're going to cover the end of the year. That includes the Mayan calendar climax on December 21st and New Year's Eve, if we're still here. Just kidding, I think we will be. But nonetheless, you might want to get yours. This is going to be a good one. It's a doozy. I'm pretty impressed. Also, if you want to be texted when they're available for download this week, just text me to 96362. Little thing there for you. And for those who have asked, I have Astrology 101 videos. These are quick little 7-minute videos that teach you astrology so you can be cool at the party and get to know it from the base up. This is my approach to astrology, which brought you here, so it's probably pretty good. Come on down and check a look at it if you're interested. You can buy just one, you can buy the whole set. I made it totally flexible for everyone's income and whatnot, so that's the way I am. This week we're moving into Master Shui. That's where our emotions get behind this month's topic. For you, the topic is where you belong in the world. It is time for Sagittarius to step up and own their context to society. That's what we've worked on. Now, this is a very long transit. It goes back to 2009, where you've been lost as far as where you belong. I'll tell you the secret: you belong where you love. If you love something, you belong wherever you love, and then other people that love it will be there with you. It's that whole thing with like clubs in high school. If you love it, they love it. That's where you meet friends. That's where you meet your context. So this week we're going to move into owning your reputation, which means you allow your emotions to get behind the work you've done to repair your context, the work you've done to create your title, and now let's own it emotionally. Let's get excited. Let's get our heart behind it. Let's let it run wild. Of course, you know, unlimited possibilities. Jupiter unabated can just go crazy, but that's okay. That's why Sagittarius has inspired people to change, because of that incredible passion you have. So when we recall on Sunday, or overlap on Sunday, your home planet Jupiter rules the day, so you're going to be expanding your emotional shui. So you're going to run with your emotional passion for your new place in the world. You are sunny and you are social. The moon is on countdown for Lightcast day in 24 hours. One thing interesting, Saturn is 1 degree Scorpio, which means you are officially having to claim faith. You're going to have to, this is the beginning of a test of faith, and that test of faith is going to be really the next 3 years. I'll talk about that later. Let's just focus on graduating Libra first, but I think you're feeling strong and ready to claim that faith. You should have nothing else have faith in. The universe won't let you down, all right? Won't let you down. All righty. So then on Monday, it's Lightcast day. Right away, time to enter the Master Shui, time to get very emotional and passionate about your reputation. It's also Uranus rule day. That means it will be a breakdown, breakthrough, and then light casting, okay? Pretty passionate up-down check mark kind of stuff. There might be a breakdown somewhere, and then as things go right, they go super right. That's the way it works. It leads to innovation. Sunny and super social is how I put it for you guys. Now, there is one thing about this generation. Those born between 1973 and 1982 are graduating their generational karma. That is the karma you were born with, the karma you were meant to leave behind, your childhood issues, basically. And with this particular Lightcast, you are graduating, hopefully, out of the dysfunction or whatever you call dysfunction of childhood and into a whole new day. This is a new era. So those who graduate will be leaders. Those who don't graduate will follow those leaders. Everyone graduates, hopefully, by the time they die. It's a Pluto issue, so you will graduate or die. So on this Lightcast day, you want to fill your heart with love. You want to get super passionate. You want to own your reputation and just let yourself surrender to the passion of your career, of your focus of society and your legacy in society. Then on Tuesday, it's a pretty cloudy day. Mercury rules the day, so we're processing. The moon moves into Scorpio. That's your subconscious, and it crosses Saturn, so there's an emotional test of faith. There's a minor test of faith, cloudy and private. Looking at the planets, there's also a double whammy where we have to get rid of a square. This square has been building in tension for a while. It's actually two squares. Remember, squares are fears. So the entire Sagittarius race is all afraid in these areas. On the one hand, it's really epicentered with Venus here in the center. Whoop, 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 whoop. Venus in the center. Wow, that's hard to do. Okay. Venus in the center, which is in Virgo, which is calling for you to accept and receive your career. That's really the issue, to accept and receive your legacy, your career, where you're going. Mars in Sag is that part of you that just can't wait, that's impatient, that's a little testy right now. It's your ego wanting to run forward with the new thing, run with the ball, but also a little concerned that you can't run. And then Jupiter and Gemini now retrograde, which means that you are reconsidering, questioning marriages and partnerships and alliances. Here's the deal. You get clear on where your career legacy is going, Venus, and your fear to go forward and your fear about relationships and marriages will go away. That's how I read this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Then on Wednesday, it's cloudy but soulful. That's because Venus rules the day, so I think it repairs any kind of anxiety or worries you have. Also, it's time to kind of take your passion for your reputation up a notch, or allow it to go up a notch, allow it to innovate, allow yourself to be carried higher with the winds. Once you surrender to your passion, and you let your passion carry, you go higher, right? So this is a day where you might go higher, but you're kind of grounded with your spirituality. The moon is deep in Scorpio, and that's good. Looking at the planets, the moon will cross Mercury, which will be kind of a test of inner faith, a clarity of your inner faith. So your mind is going to have to become calm about why you think you can have faith. Thinking you're having a faith, and then Saturn and Scorpio taking responsibility for faith. So having to think it, having to be responsible, that's what's going on in the background on Wednesday. On Thursday, it's partly cloudy, but cool for the Sagittarians. The reason why there's even any clouds is Neptune rules the day, so it's a spiritual, intuitive day. This is a day where little birds will tell you little things about where you should go or not go in your place in society or context. In a way, it's a way of putting a final touch on where you're floating to out there with reputation and whatnot. So it's kind of interesting what's going on there. Looking at the planets, there is a bit of a tug of war for a few hours during the day. Those watched over by the GA network, I will text you before and after this climax. The moon crosses Mars, so you might get really amped up. You might be challenged. Someone might test your boundaries. You might have to enforce a boundary. You might have to step up. Okay, so it's a kind of thing. Definitely want to take action, but be careful. Later, the moon will then oppose Jupiter, which means that there might be an aggro or a conflict with a marriage or partnership. This whole thing might revolve around a marriage or partnership. The spiritual growth is that you own your ego and own this new reputation in society. Recognize Jupiter retrograde means you've got another year almost of relationship growth. So if you have to pick between the two, I just gave you the criteria. Then comes Friday. Now Friday's a great day. It's a sunny and cool day. The moon is well in the Sagittarius and not on any hostile planets or opposing others. And the Saturn rules the day, so we are decisive. This is the day where you want to commit to this reputation in the world. You want to commit to where you're going to go in the world. This is a commitment day. The seriousness of Saturn allows us to do that. Mars is also saying, not only do you commit in society, but you're going to probably take some action with your ego. So you'll probably be putting your ego out there. Your ego will be tested. Your strength will be tested. So Sagittarius will probably, on this commitment day, have to do something public in their commitment, looking at all the planets. Then on Saturday, Mars rules the day, partly cloudy, but at least moving forward. And what you want to do is put your new reputation into action. So you want to move forward. You want to print the business cards. You want to make the announcement, press release, tell your friends, say goodbye, say hello, all that stuff. Saturday's a day where you're moving forward with what you're doing. If you don't move forward, it could cause some anxiety, FYI. One thing of note is this trine. The Venus, which now has progressed to 20 degrees, or the master shui of its category, and of course it is getting you to receive your new title and your new legacy in career. So now you're starting to feel passionate about career, and notice how this passion trines right into Pluto. What that means is, as you start to feel really passionate about where your career is going, you're going to feel really valuable. You're going to start to own the value and feel the value of that. At the same time, you're going to let go of the old you that felt poor or felt always struggling or always up a hill. That part of you start to let die. So it's a really dynamic day on Saturday that helps us along. Then on Fun Day Sunday, the overlap day, actually it's an Earth rule day, Mother Earth rules a day, which means you are squatting on this new title, you are squatting on this reputation, you're just going to let it get heavy. You're feeling rather confident. The moon is in Capricorn and pulling emotional sway into soul capital, so you're feeling very valuable and you're kind of squatting on your new title. Looking at the planets, what's worth noting, the sun is now conjuncting Saturn, which means that you are beginning to merge the new reputation with the leap of faith. So you're having to get really serious about faith. This is an excellent time to start meditating, chanting, praying, all that stuff, connecting to your guides as much as you can, because they will be the one that tells you everything's okay. Notice also Mercury at 22, that's the same degree we had Lightcast Day. Venus at 22, the same degree we had Lightcast Day. Now they're at their 22s, they're at their master sways. What this means is as you squat on the new social reputation, Mercury at 22 is saying you already know the faith you need to have. So you're owning that faith way ahead of time. Saturn's at 1 degree, but your mind is claiming territory. This is where the faith needs to be. So you're pulling yourself in the master sway before you have earned it, which happens all the time in astrology. And then Venus, you are also feeling the master sway and passion of your career and legacy. So feeling the new faith, feeling the correct legacy, squatting on the title on the Fun Day Sunday overlap. All right, my Sagittarians, thank you so much. Don't forget, we've got a whole team of amazing people, including Mimi Clark, our SG Witch Doctor. She is on Tuesday, so if you want advice straight from a Sagittarius and also one of our village leaders, go on to Mimi on Tuesdays. We also have lots of download videos, and we also have the Act 4s coming out, so there's no excuse not to graduate. I'll see you in 7 days with more. Until then, live, love, be. Having trouble in your love life? I have the answers. It's called Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Not anymore. Find out your birthday secrets, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com.